Good evening everyone and welcome to Gundam News. And the big news for this week was of course Tamashii Nation 2022, where they really set the gold standard for announcements, because not only did they have the quality, but they also had a quantity that I haven't seen in a long time. Like, the only Gundam related thing that can even get close is when Witch from Mercury first got its Gunpla and figures announced. So let's kick things off with the Witch from Mercury announcements. From the Robot Spirits side MS line, we got to see the prototype of Gilles de Lanza, seconds before it got wrecked, and the prototype of the Gundam Feroct in all of its edgy glory. And while these two are looking great, the third and final thing I'm not entirely convinced by: the SH Figuarts Miorine Rembran. Something about the face just doesn't feel quite right. The chin feels too pointy, the neck feels a bit too long, and just not quite right. Also, I don't know if it's because of the camera that's being used, but the uniform also looks bluish rather than the green that it should be. So right now, across the board, the Figurize model kit that just got released today is blowing this premium action figure out of the water, at least in my opinion. But it is still a prototype, so things can still be fixed, or maybe it's just the angle. Next up are the Universal Century Robot Spirits figures, and 0083 fans, rejoice! There was a Gerbera Tetra Kai, which has been confirmed for release, with more information coming on December the 8th, a Gelgoog Commander Shimagaraho custom, a Gelgoog J Sergeant Tag custom, a GPO 0 Blossom, a Zaku 2 F2 rangefinder with impressive looking Gatling gun, a Zaku 2 Gunner with an even more impressive looking gun installation, although at that point, I am just wondering why you need a mobile suit to operate the thing. But whatever. Continuing on with the other awesome announcements, from the 08th MS team, there was the Goof Fly type, of course, again, with impressive Gatling gun. And from Gundam MSV, there was the RX-78-2 Gundam rollout colors and Plomo Kyoshiro special part set. And just as with the Gerbera, the RX-78 has been confirmed for release, with more information being unveiled on December the 8th, so we won't have to wait too long for those. And things got even crazier with Gundam Seed, which was without a doubt the series that got the most and biggest reveals, except for one thing. Starting with the metal build Providence Gundam, and holy shit does that backpack look amazing. Then there was also a metal build Lightning Striker and even a metal build Divine Striker, because why not? And for even more Striker packs, we go to the Robot Spirits line, with both the Sword Striker and Launcher Striker being shown off. And by the way, the Launcher Striker with effect part set has gone up for pre-order, and it is a normal release, so link to that down below. For 4,180 yen, 30 US, you will be getting all of the parts of the Launcher Striker pack, of course, an effect part for the Gatling gun, an impressive looking effect part for the Agni, a dust effect part, and a simple base that I assume you'll be able to put the strike on. Or you can attach it to the Sky Grasper that will get its own dedicated release alongside the previously teased Baku, Lugo, Jin Miguel Custom, Saigu, Jin Reconnaissance Type, Jin Ochre, and Zono. After so many years of waiting, I am really looking forward to getting my hands on a Jin Ochre, and getting the Saigu also doesn't hurt, because that's also an amazing machine. Also, they showed off the Duel. And then finally, Gundam Seed also got an SH Figuarts, but this one I am way more into. It is Kira Yamato in his piloting suit, and part of the cockpit for him to sit in. This set looks fantastic, and I think it'll go really well alongside a Strike Gundam. But if you want to get really expensive, they showed off some optional parts for the metal structure Kaitai Shoki Sazabi. It's got a bunch of extra weapons, reactors, energy pipes, and even some minifigures of Char, Quest, and 3 mechanics. The price is yet to be announced. Then from the Gundam fixed figuration line, we also got some fan favorites, like the ever popular Gundam Dead Scythe Hell Endless Waltz version, which got one hell of a makeover and now looks even pointier than usual. Next up, there was a Chunky Goof, a Zaku 1, the ground type high mobility type Zaku, Slugger's Jim, and Char's custom high mobility type Zaku. And then we had a literal bombshell courtesy of the Metal Build series, with the GN Arms Type E, which, if I remember correctly, was previously teased, but it still is something actually seeing the thing. And at 58,300 yen, 421 yen, it is as expensive as it is exceptional. And it shouldn't come as a surprise that this thing is being touted as the biggest metal build so far. Reservations went live over at P-Bandai on the 18th, and this beauty can be yours in June. And alongside it, we got an actual surprise. A teaser of the metal build Kempfer. I don't think I would have ever guessed the Kempfer as being the next metal build or just a metal build ever, but when you think about it, the Kempfer does make for a really good candidate for the metal build line. It's got like a lot of opportunities for intricate metal little detailings and whatnot, so I think this is definitely going to be another impressive release. And following this up with the Gundam Universe line might not be the most impressive thing, especially when you look at what they did with the head of the Barbs Loops Rex, which looks less like a ferocious beast and more like a taxidermy beast. But the other 3 figures of the lineup are the Shining Gundam, the Gundam Ariel, and the Tall Geese 2. But fear not, you will also soon be able to get the Tall Geese 2 as a metal robot spirits alongside the Gundam Aquarius, the Gundam TR6 Wound Ward Raw 2, the Gundam TR1 Hazel Custom Combat Deployment Colors, Superior Dragon Real Type version, Command Gundam Real Type version, and Neo Black Dragon Real Type version. I know that I have already begun saving up for the Advance of Zeta releases. I'm really looking forward to that Hazel Custom. Then from the Metal Robot Spirits KA Signature line, they showed off the full armor Hyakushiki, High New Gundam, Regular Hyakushiki, and Hyakushiki Kai. And finally, there was the Robot Spirits Sazabi from the RX-93FF New Gundam animation, the one with the big new gun, the Phantom Gundam V2 Kai, and the Anchor Gundam. And for even more information, I will have the entire livestream linked down below, which was also really well done in English because I only went over the new stuff. But in the live stream, they also went into more detail on already announced, and they even showed us some already released things. Like, for example, the Metal Robot Spirits New Gundam Double Fin Funnel Type, which will soon be releasing. And if that still wasn't enough, on the 26th, Mega House will be holding their Megahobby Expo 2022 New Dot, where they will also be announcing a lot of new things, including Gundam stuff. And the series that they'll be focusing on are the OG Gundam, Zeta, Double Zeta, Seed, and their Gundam Military Generation figures. Meanwhile, on the American side then, we had the Gundam Expo USA 2022, where the P-Bandai showcase began with the Master Grade Perfect Strike Gundam in face down defense position. which was then closely followed by the hosts talking about Char Zaku, while having a regular Zaku, and the cameraman focusing on the Beguir bow. And unfortunately, this really set the tone for the rest of the presentation, with Xavier, Gunpla Melee, and the presenter desperately trying to get the cameraman to focus on the right thing. And these camera issues really did kill the flow of the show, because now rather than having one continuous conversation, you would have these awkward pauses where they're waiting for the camera to catch up while it's still focusing on the figure they were talking about 2 figures ago. But on the flip side, they did go for the world record of most people simultaneously assembling model kits with Adam Savage, and that is also a live stream that is available, which I'll have linked down below. And outside of these events, we had yet more things. On Tuesday, reservations opened for the high-grade Gundam Rose. It is pretty expensive, retailing at an impressive 2,950 yen, 15 yen, 21 US, but it does come with a clear blue action base number 5, rose bits, and extra effect parts to put the rose bits on, and also attached to the rose bits. However, before you celebrate too much and start blasting the French anthem, this Gunpla unfortunately sets an extremely bad precedent for the rest of the G Gundam Gunpla line, because it's P-Bandai. It would have been understandable if this set was a regular release with the Super version being a P-Bandai version, but this is just very unfortunate to see, because again, this means that from here on out, it is very likely that the rest of the G Gundam Gundams, if they get a Gunpla, it is going to be P-Bandai Limited as well. And the Rose Gundam is currently slated for a February release. A more understandable P-Bandai release then is the real grade Destiny Impulse, which goes for 4,730 yen, 34 US, and will be shipping in April. A really cool version of a really amazing real grade that I would love to get my hands on someday. It is also compatible with the Wings of Light add-on set, but do keep in mind that even though there are promotional images showing the Wings of Light, they are sold separately. Then it was announced that over at the Gundam base, they'll start selling the high-grade Beguir Bow clear color version for 1,760 yen, 13 US, and the master grade Wing Gundam Zero Endless Waltz version Kotoki titanium finish version for 15,950 yen, 113 US. The Beguir Bow releases on December the 3rd, and the gorgeous looking Wing Gundam Zero on the 24th. Just in time for Christmas, exactly as it should. But fortunately, there was also a non-P-Bandai announcement, the G-Frame Full Armor Real Type Selection, featuring the RX-78-2, Zaku 2, Jim, and Gelgook. Each released as an armor set, which has the main machine, and then a frame set, which comes with a movable frame, weapons, and in case of the Zaku and the Gelgook, the ability to change between Commander and regular versions. Each set goes for 748 yen each, 5 to 6 US, and is slated for a May release. So if you want them, I'll have them linked down below. And then back to P-Bandai for a second. The Real Grade God Gundam expansion set, Master Grade X Impulse, Master Grade Age 1 Full Glanza, and the High Grade Universal Sentry Jim Spartan all got extra reservations. So I was finally able to secure my own Master Chief Jim. And then of course, we also finally got the 7th episode of Witch from Mercury, which was another roller coaster of emotions and another episode where Miorine really got to shine. And I'm especially impressed with how they handled her dad here. Without going too far into the spoilers, Gundam and, well, anime in general sometimes have a tendency to roll with the adults bad stereotype. So I was halfway expecting that Delling would fall squarely into this category. But I was proven somewhat wrong when he acknowledged Miorine's business idea and gave her the support that she needed. That being said, whether this was because he genuinely cared about his daughter or because her plans just happened to align with his plans to create Gundams for the Beguir group remains to be seen, because in the intro, we can now also see the two new Lafrits behind Doan. What is for certain though, is that Miorine's actions are exactly according to Prospera's plan, whatever that might be. And the other really cool thing this episode was seeing the Yoasobi custom Demi trainer getting canonized, which means that not just the Demi trainer exists within the Witch from Mercury universe, but even the members from Yoasobi exist. And not just that, but it also got some extra lore. The machine was built with the purpose of finding uses for mobile suits other than fighting, and the 3 confirmed crew members involved with the machine are composer-engineer Ayase, vocalized pilot Ikura, and visual mechanic Kadowaki. Ayase and Ikura being the main duo that makes up Yoasobi, and Kadowaki probably being named after one of their producers, Kohei Kadowaki. Also, we basically got confirmation that the prologue did in fact happen 21 years ago. I do not like where this is going. And staying with Witch from Mercury, starting December the 5th, the Miorine tomato-flavored Ariels will go on sale, and starting December the 2nd, the life-sized unicorn statue will get some new ornaments for the winter of 2022-23 event. Inspired by Witch from Mercury, the machine will be lit up with blue and red lights, the image colors of Suletta and Miorine respectively, and pop-ups of Suletta, Miorine, and the Ariel will also be placed at the statue. Meanwhile, over at the life-sized moving Gundam statue, the Gundam Factory Yokohama Winter Illumination 2022 featuring the Witch from Mercury has begun. In the gaming news then, in Gundam Battle Operation 2, we've got a Black Friday sale for a special 31 token pack. In Gundam Breaker Mobile, the Exia Dark Matter joins in, alongside the Roar of the Strongest Mobile Suit event and Thanksgiving Day login bonus. By the way, happy Thanksgiving for the American viewers. In UC Engage, Shiro Omada and the Easy 8 joined the fun, with more update announcements coming on November 28th. And then 2 days later, the second season of Gundam Evolution will kick off, featuring a bunch of new things, with the currently unveiled ones being a spectator mode for the PC version, a new map, the Colony Trading Post, and a new mobile suit, the new Gundam. Also, 1 day later, the console versions will launch. However, even though last gen and current gen players can play together if they're on the same console manufacturer's platform, there is unfortunately no crossplay between Xbox and PlayStation users. And if you want to expand your Gundam game collection, then now is the perfect time, because not only is SD Gundam Battle Alliance digitally on sale on all systems, but all Gundam games on Steam are also part of the Steam sale. And if card games are more your thing, pre-orders over at P-Bandai open for the Battle Spirits Battler Good Set, Hathaway Flash version, and Witch from Mercury version. They're available individually for 5,500 yen for the US, or together for 11,000 yen, 80 US. And in other news, a limited edition Char's Counterattack vinyl record went up for pre-order, link down below. Tickets for the Yoshikazu Yasuhiko / Mobile Suit Origin exhibition at Kanazawa went up for sale on the 19th and can be bought together with a limited FW Gundam Converge RX-7802 and Char's Zaku 2. And we got some more details for the Toyota City Haro Carbon Neutral event, or Hello Carbon Neutral event, because the pun doesn't translate. Various flags of the original Gundam series and which from Mercury are placed all throughout the city. There's Gundam wrapping on the T-face passageway. They'll have some C+ pod cars on display, on which Gundam characters are projected, using a projector that is powered by the car itself, if I'm understanding the article correctly. And judging by the poster, they will also have two bigger cars wrapped in a Gundam theme. One being the RX-78-2 and the other one being Char's Zaku 2. On to the things you could get this week then, because just like the new announcements, there was a lot. On the 18th, we got the Robot Spirits Gundam Ariel version anime, which for 7,700 yen, 55 US, not just comes with a bunch of accessories and effect parts, but also with arms to hold up all of the mini Soletas. And if the 08th MS team is more your thing, then on the 23rd, you could pick up the Robot Spirits Easy 8 version anime for also 7,700 yen, 55 US. It comes with two beam sabers, a beam rifle effect part, a machine gun, a shield, thruster effect parts, and a parachute pack. And if that just isn't enough, then you could also pick up the 08th MS team third option part set, which comes with a jet core booster, landing gear, damaged effect parts, explosion effect parts, and other small things like a part for the Easy 8 to rip its arm off. All for 5,500 yen, 40 US. And on the same day, you could also get the Sugizo 25th Anniversary Complete Single Collection, which includes 4 songs from the Origin. Going back in time to the 21st, you could get the third lineup of the Mobility Joint Gundam, featuring the Sinanju, Unicorn Gundam Destroy Mode, Regular Rizel General Revel Custom, a set of extra parts for the Unicorn, a set of extra parts for the Unicorn and Sinanju, a set of extra parts for the Regular Rizel, and a set of extra parts for the Rizel General Revel Custom, making for a total of 8 sets that go for 715 yen each, around 5 US. And of course, each comes with a piece of soda flavored chewing gum. Then on the 19th, the Gundam base gave us the possibility of buying the high-grade Char's Zaku 2 21st Century Real Type version for 2,420 yen, 17 US. And to be honest, compared to the other real type versions, I'm not really impressed. Sure, the water slide decals are nice, but the new shade of red just looks cheap compared to the darker regular version. And in addition to that, this is supposed to be the real type version, which normally has more subdued or darker colors, but now it actually ends up looking more toy-like than the non-real type version. And last but absolutely not least, today we got the SDW Heroes Son Quan Gundam Astray Kakuenshoko for 1,210 yen, 9 US, and the Figurized Standard Miorine Rembran, who comes complete with a shoeless option and gardening tools for 3,520 yen, around 25 US. And I gotta say though, it would have been hilarious if she also came with a tomato. As for this week's reading material then, there was the Mobile Suit textbook UC0083 to UC0088, Zeta Gundam and Double Zeta Gundam edition. And just like the announcements, Gundam Apparel came to us in full, unforgiving, bank account destroying force. Starting on the 18th with Strict G when they released 3 new jackets. The first one is the Alpha MA1 Natus Domon Kashu version, made in collaboration with Alpha Industries. A jacket that allows you to feel like the King of Hearts himself for 39,600 yen, 280 US. The other 2 then are in collaboration with Taion. You can get the first type in Red Comet Black or Xeon Brown for 29,700 yen, 210 US, and you can get the second type for 28,600 yen, 202 US in Red Comet Black, or what they are again calling Xeon Brown, but it looks more like green to me. And on the same day, Bankore also had some offerings that went up for pre-order. A raincoat with Mafti or Federation design for 14,300 yen, 110 US, 101 US. A hoodie with Federation, Xeon, Char, Amuro, Neo Xeon, Vist Foundation or Mafti design for 7,700 yen, 55 US. And the Slegger and Norris Ibushi Silver Item Collection, which features some unexpected items when we're talking about a silver collection. There's a glass with silver decoration for 2,420 yen, 17 US, and a belt for 3,850 yen, 28 US. So far, so normal. But then there's also a bath towel for, again, 3,850 yen, 28 US, and boxer shorts for 3,300 yen, 24 US. I'm not sure where the silver comes into play here. But whatever the case might be, all of these Bankore items are slated for a January release. And continuing with the hoodies, on the 20th, pre-orders open for the Asticasia School of Technology hoodies. For 7,700 yen, 55 US, you can get one in green with the standard logo, red with the Jaturk House logo, gray with the Pile House logo, or black with the Grassley House logo. And all of these hoodies will also be releasing in January. Then, if you want to get more fancy, you could pre-order one of 3 types of Char custom tie on the 21st. They go for 4,950 yen, 35 US each, and thanks to their fancy design, they definitely would not look out of place when wearing a regular suit. And these will be coming your way in March. Back to the January releases then, on the 22nd, we got 2 new collections up for pre-order. The first one is the Gundam Seed and 00 multi-case collection, featuring pouches with a Kira, Atheron, Kigali, Lacus, Izak, Setsuna, Lock-On, Hallelujah, and Tierra design. They've got their face on the front and then a different image on the back. One will set you back 3,850 yen, 28 US, and I gotta say, I really like the designs of these, and I would actually like to get one, but I just don't know what I would actually do with them. And then the second collection was the Amuro Sports Collection, featuring a bunch of sporty clothing with Amuro's personal emblem on it. 8,250 yen, 59 US gets you a dark blue zip-up hoodie, 6,600 yen, 47 US matching jogging pants, another 6,600 yen, 47 US gets you a gray sweatshirt or matching gray sweatpants, 3,520 yen, 25 US gets you a white t-shirt, and for 3,960 yen, 28 US, you can get a dark blue cap. And then finally today, we got pre-orders for the latest Black Series items. This time it's a GI belt for 3,630 yen, 27 US, that is available in a Earth Federation, Xeon, Char, Amuro, Neo Xeon, Vis Foundation, and Mafti theme, and you can get those same designs on a lanyard for 1,650 yen, 12 US. And these are also slated for a January release. So, as every week, let's quickly wrap up with some Gundam polls. 2 weeks ago, Gundam.info wanted to know which scene from Cucuruz Doan's Island left the biggest impression on us. 40.6% went to the dual-wielding Gundam, 27.9% went to the first appearance of the one Zaku, 21.3% to the Southern Cross's first appearance, and only 10.2% to the dining table scene. So maybe they should have changed out this option for another option that I saw mentioned quite a bit in the comments. The goat scene. As for the ongoing one then, with the upcoming release of the next Gundam artifact Gunplus, the folks over at Gundam.info want to know which one our favorite is. And even though I want to scream at the fact that the Star Jagan is currently in last place with 69 votes, the competition is also extremely strong. With 71 votes, we have the Goof Fly type. With 113 votes, we have the Cubile. And with 121 votes, there is the Zeta Gundam. So I think we're definitely gonna have two really close calls here. The Zeta and the Cubile are neck and neck for first place, and the Goof and Starjagen are neck and neck for third place. And as much as I would also want to vote for the Goof Fly type, I of course have to represent my boy, the Starjagen, and decided to vote for him. You just don't argue with that on-screen appearance. And if you want to cast your vote, I will have, of course, the link down below. And that has been all for this week's Gundam news. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great evening, and I'll see you all next week with more Gundam news.